Like, it goes there. I made it. So nice. Everything here we made or created. All wiring, all
I do my office.
You're just recording them or you're recording everything? Okay. I may just start at the beginning of the show, and then you can edit that whatever you need. I understand. I have the ability to do outputs. So what I'll do is I'll give you a file version. I'll just do a 2-track. It'll take you a few minutes to synchronize it, but I'm sure you'll Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's easier if you got a track recording on yours, and then it's just a matter of matching the zero. And then you're good from there.
I appreciate it. You got it sounding good.
Hopefully, it's a little close to ringing. So it's hard because I don't usually produce vocals out of monitors, so your threshold, your headroom drops considerably. If you push the call button, it'll vibrate. Yeah, it helps out a lot when,
I'm like, man,
especially when you're doing monitor mixes, because you, it's either that or you're going like you're yelling back and forth with them. It's easier just to kind of like look at them in the eye and go, you want more? You want more?
Go.
Ryan, he wants to hear the mix from the house,
Sure.
and see if you can push those mics a little bit, the center section,
I can't.
whatever you can do.
I'd love to, but
Okay.
I'm at the level. I'm right on the edge right now.
Right now. Give me A flat. Hello. 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 Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's on.
Three parts, you guys. Sing tenors. Sing tenors. And also,
Because I just used it. I'm using my phone. Okay. They're not keeping six or seven. I talked to you today because he couldn't get the song on the phone, so we just went to take it. Thank you. That's a good trade-off. I'll take that. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go. I already said it.
There's gonna be a subtle light change. Lights going out.
We need to tie these to the three sets of balloons. I think we know the names. We need to tie those on there. Yeah.
Christopher, would you confirm with Mikey that he's available to open the house?
Yes, that's a yes.
All right. House is open.
What? Are you joking?
I got it.
She's very good. Catherine is going to go to college this year. Yeah. Yes.
Excuse you.
Hello, George. I'm sorry, it happens to be in there.
Fifth grade fullback. Welcome to Philip.
Sorry.
Full house, we want to fill up all the seats.
Yeah, that's what I said.
How many seats? Same seats, two left, number one. Tonight, scoot down to my seat.
Lift him up. Lift him up. He's so worthy. All of the glory. He's so worthy. All of the praise. I've got to live it. I've got to live it. I've got to live it. He's worthy. Say higher. Lift him up. Higher. Lift him up. Higher. Lift him up. Higher. Lift him up. Come on, put those hands together. Come on, give yourself hallelujah. Yeah. Oh, higher. Lift him up. Higher. Lift him up. Higher. Higher. Lift him up.
These are the days of Elijah, coming, becoming as and these are the days of your servant Moses, righteousness being restored. And these are the days of great trials, of famine, darkness, and sword. And we are the victors in the labor, saying, declaring the word of the Lord. In a holy grove, riding over the clouds, shining like the sun, and the trumpet blow. Yes, your Lord is the year of Jubilee. Our starting field, salvation. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. These are the days of his kingdom, right on spit coming as flesh. Oh, these are the days of your servant David, building a temple of praise. And these are the days of great harvest. The fields are as white in the world, and we are the laborers of the declaring the way of the Lord. The holy God, rising around, shining like the sun. There's no heaven below. It's your day. Yeah, Jubilee, our time will salvation. Burning over the night, shining like the sun. It's your day. It's your Jubilee, our time will salvation. Put your hands together, folks. Can I get some praises up in here? Can I get somebody that believes in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ? Can I hear you say hallelujah? Oh, say it again. Oh, say it one more time. Yes. We serve a mighty God. We serve a risen God. Hallelujah. There is no one like Jehovah. I said there's no one like Jehovah. Search the whole wide world over, and you won't find not a friend greater than the Jehovah.
Hallelujah. You know we serve a great God.
I want you, thank you. I want to invite you all to be a part of our opening ritual. And our opening ritual begins with the drum call. There's a circle of life that has just happened. The tree that has given its life for this music. The lamb or the goat or the cow that has given his life for this music. It's a spiritual connection that we have to these drums and to these drummers to help to uplift us and call out to the universe, to the God that has created all of us beautiful, amazing, fabulous, gorgeous people. To say thank you, to ask permission to proceed forward. So we do that through the music, but then we also speak it through the word. How many know there's a power in the word? So before we go any further, we want the elder of the room to give us permission to go forth. Now, don't jump up too fast. Like that's me? Okay, let's see. Is there anyone here who is over 80? Over 80? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We got a young crowd tonight. Is there anyone here who's over 70? All right. Hey, mama. With the babies. Come on now. Y'all don't know about that generation. Yes. Mother, do we have your permission to continue?
You have my permission.
Ashe. Let's thank the elder for that, everyone. You see, if the elder can see that you're not acting right, they'll say no. And we ought to listen to that no. Ashe? Because our elders have seen things that our eyes are yet to experience. They've had to bear burdens that our hearts are not ready to endure. They've had to deal with disrespect, neglect, overlooked, treated bad. Ooh, y'all don't even want to think. Don't get me started. On the journey that they have taken just for us to be here today. Ashe? You know, 50 years ago, this would not have been possible. Ashe? So there's some people who were born at a time where they could not have fathomed graduating from Chaffey College. Some of you may be the first in your families to graduate from Chaffey College. I want to take another moment, not just to honor you and your sacrifice, but the sacrifice of each person who had to go to work, take care of younger siblings, take care of their own family, and were not able to pursue this. Can we give ourselves, our elders, our families, our community, another rousing applause? If you will please turn to your booklets, you have the first verse of our Black National Anthem. Some of you may not even know we have our own anthem. Today you need to know. Now there's some of us that can do all three verses. We don't read the paper. Come on, Black church. Well, we know it's a new generation, so y'all go ahead and get your cheat sheet. We love you anyway. You should know this. And not only know it for ceremonies like this, but know it for those deep, dark times. Know it for those times when they say, stony the road we trod, and bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had already died. Yet with a steady beat, let not our weary feet stop at the place for which our fathers sighed. There's so much on this journey. We are so proud of each of you graduates. We're so proud of each of you families that are represented. Today is an amazing day of celebration. And if you will, please stand with me so that we can sing the Black National Anthem. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you, everybody. And now, I hand you over to the amazing, the incomparable, the one and only, Dr. Donna Calandre.
Good afternoon, Chaffey family. This is a beautiful, happy day. I want you to know I do not stand here alone. There are people all over this theater, all over this campus right now, who put this day together. For you students, I can't see you. Would you please stand, all the students in the room? This is the third annual Chaffey Black and African American graduates. Next week, you have the opportunity to officially receive your degree on May 18th at the Citizens Bank Arena. But today, we are celebrating just you. This is a special time just for you. Our theme for today is the Sankofa bird. And if you've ever seen the Sankofa bird, she has an egg in her mouth, and her head is turned to the back. Because she knows that before she lays this egg or releases this egg, she has to look back and learn her lessons before she gives the birth of something, someone to move forward. So today, we want you to think about, to celebrate the disruptions in your life, the disappointments, and think about the lessons you've learned. And stand proudly on the platform of success that you have today. Turn to your neighbor and say, you gotta look back before you can move forward. That's the lesson for today. Speaking of moving forward, by the way, my name is Donna Calandres, and I am honored to serve Chaffey College as a counselor and a faculty member. And in saying that, I've been remiss. My dear faculty, would you please stand? Thank you. But in moving us forward, we have a very, very special leader. In fact, he has taken us through milestones that has allowed us to receive the honor of being one of many of the finest institutions in the nation. And that is our leader, Dr. Henry Shannon.
Since don't touch the microphone. Well, good afternoon. Let me hear you. Good afternoon. Now, you had music already. That sounds much better. Thanks, Dr. Donna Calandres. Dr. Donna Calandres. She didn't say that up front. This is a glorious day, a day of celebration. The drummers and the choir, I felt like I was back in church. Amen, folks. Amen. You know, when we talk about looking back and looking forward, as we look forward here at Chaffey College, I want to thank our governing board president, Ms. Katie Roberts, who's here right in front of me. Katie Roberts. She is board governing woman and student trustee, has done a great job leading our institution. And I've been here almost 10 years now. And we have some other special guests. Our own assembly member, Ms. Eloise Grace. Ms. Grace. And her husband was a member of the San Bernardino Governing Board, Frank Grace. Our director for Northern California Moja, Mr. Tom DeWitt. And our Mr. Paul Lewis, who works for Congressman Keith Aguilar. As I said earlier, Chaffey College didn't have folks look like me graduating 50 years ago from this institution. So graduate, you are indeed should be proud of yourselves. In fact, let's give yourselves a hand. sure 50 years ago there was not a president that looked like me either. But you know, because of the story we stand on from generations past, looking back, I'm able to say to you that you are indeed going to lead us to the future. My wife and I, Gwendolyn Shannon, was right here. We met in college, and we were the first in our family to finish high school and college at the same time. And so that being said, when you talk about the power of education, we came from very modest backgrounds as many of you have. But you can't let that stop you from soaring, be like eagles. Because that's what it's all about. Education to me is a great equalizer. It's the fault line. Being in California, there are all kind of faults around. Let me say three things and I'll sit down. For us at Chaffey College, having the awesome faculty and staff, let's give them a hand because they put this together for us. The African American faculty and staff have said to us, we should honor our African American black students. You know, when I was a kid, we were called color folks. We went from being color folks to black folks. But there is a land base called Africa. So therefore, we're African Americans, which makes more sense. So when you call us colored, black, African Americans, we're just glad that you're graduating. One of the mantras of Chaffey College is not about coming and attending, but completing. So this Thursday, the 18th, we will see that you get your degrees and certificates, okay? So whether you are magna cum laude or thank you laude, we want to thank your family, your friends, because we know it's been a struggle. But today, you know, when we look across the country with so much division, but today we're going to celebrate, have a good time, smile, and enjoy yourself because we're very, very, very proud of you. So I want to thank you for graduating, staying the course, and soaring even more because we need you. We need you desperately. So congratulations. Let's have a good time today. Thank you.
over there, right here, over there. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody, clap your hands. This is the way. Clap your hands. This is the way. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. This is the way. Oh, this is the way. Clap your hands. This is the way. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Oh, oh, this is the way. Clap your hands. This is the way. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. This is the way. I want to praise y'all. Y'all to give God some glory. This is the way we praise Him.
Woo! The blended sounds of joy from Abundant Living Church. Is that correct? You know, Chaffey College is beaming right now on the map. You raised us up to another level. Thank you. We have, speaking of looking back to move forward, we have a student speaker. And we selected her because she never thought she would be here today. She's like some of you out there, some of the Corinthia Crawfords who moved here with 5 children and grandkids and took any kind of job she could take to make it here today. Corinthia, are you out there? I'm here! She's like the Asia Nelsons, who had to push the restart button on life and did it in 2 years, wasted no time, and works here at Chaffey. Asia, are you here? Our student speaker today is Labrie Baxton. All odds were counted against Labrie. She was even afraid to step here today. But we know better. Her instructors, like Dr. Carol Dickerson and Dr. Dave Carter, they knew better. She's a supplemental instructor here at Chaffey. She works a full-time job, helps her mother, who is very ill, has been accepted to Cal State San Bernardino. And I'm going to let her tell you the rest. Labrie, are you here? Welcome.
When Donna asked me to do this, I told her I've never done anything like this before, but she just told me, just tell them your story. Tell them how you got here. So I said, okay. About 5 years ago, back in 2012, I told myself I needed to go back to school. I had to get a degree. I just didn't know how I was going to get it done. At that time, I was 22 years old, had dropped out of vet tech school, started working a full-time job, and I felt stuck. I didn't know how I would work out going to school and working a full-time job at the same time. I knew there was more to life than just paying bills and I had to get it done. There was something I had to do. So I just started coming here in 2014 in summer, took one class. It was a start. So the semester after that, I thought I could take on 3 classes, so I took algebra, chemistry, and sociology. I know, right? And being in school, I had always struggled with a learning disability, so I had to work twice as hard as most students. And when I took my algebra class, I thought I used all my resources. I went to the Math Success Center, stayed there for hours, all the way until they closed. Used up all the tutoring time, but still, I would fail every single exam, and I didn't really know what to do. I went to my chemistry professor and just started crying to her, like, I can't do this. I'm too old. I can't do this. And she was like, no, Labrie, you can. You just have to learn how to be a student again. Just keep on going. So I said, okay. Retook the class again, ended up passing it, thank God. But in the spring of 2015, I took business law with Professor David Karp. And I went to him during his office hours and I told him how serious I was about passing his course. And I told him a little bit about myself, and he suggested that I go to the DPS Center, Programming Services. So I did, and I was able to get accepted as a DPS student and started using their resources. So I was able to receive accommodations such as an audio recorder, extended test taking time, solitary test taking, and even extended tutoring time. And it was extremely helpful. And even after passing his course, I would see him around campus and he would ask me, how are you doing? Come see me sometime. And it was just so crazy to me how he was reaching out to me and truly cared about my academic well-being and really wanted to know how I was progressing. So we built a rapport and he just became that catalyst. You know, he really gave me that confidence. And I continued to connect with other professors. I took accounting with Dr. Dickerson the year after, last year in 2016. And Professor Karp asked me, he said, you know, make sure you talk to her. You know, tell her about your goals and your aspirations. And the class was so intense and she was so intense, I didn't think it would be possible. And he asked me, did you go see her yet? And I was just like, so he's like, come on, let's go see her. And he took me to her office. And it's like, yeah, this is Labrie, she's a student in class. And she was like, yeah, it's hard to get to know her, she's pretty quiet. And, you know, once we start talking, I told her about myself, and she was so passionate, not only for me, but for her students. So passionate about her students succeeding. And I was able to make another connection with another professor. And the both of them told me to go see a woman named Donna Calandres. Dr. Donna Calandres, like, you need to go see Donna, make an appointment with her. So I said, okay. And I went to go see her, and it was a day after I had gotten into a car accident. And I was in really bad shape. I had no business being anywhere. So I went to go see her, and she just had this welcoming presence. And she asked me, how can I help you? And I remember thinking, like, I have no idea what to say. And she said, you know, for some reason, a lot of professors send me special students. And I was just like, I look over and I see a poster board that said Emoja. And I asked her, what's Emoja? Tell me about it. And ever since that day, she has changed my life. I became an Emoja student, and I even got the chance to go to the Emoja Confi. Everyone that was there for the same reason that I was. And it really changed my whole perspective on unity. And I started being more involved in Emoja, a man, a woman. and started volunteering, you know, around campus, helping out with the little, with the emoji events. And even outside of school, I started being involved. Donna had sent me to go volunteer to feed the homeless. And I did that like twice already. And it's just so amazing. I never thought that I could be so involved while holding down a full-time job. And there's just so much more that, so many more blessings that have came my way. I won first place at a speech showcase. I won a scholarship. Now I'm up here speaking to you guys. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy. And with all that being said, my message to you all is to not focus on the destination. Everyone's going to have a different journey. No matter what your situation is, don't focus on the destination. Just enjoy the journey. Thank you.
We have a special treat for you from African LA Soul.
All right. So the next piece that we're going to do, we're ready to go to. The next piece that we're going to do is a celebration of these amazing graduates. Let's give them another hand, everybody. So before we celebrate, because we're on the village now, yes? Yes. Okay, so everybody in the village has to do something. Okay, so either y'all about to cook, y'all gonna watch the baby, some of y'all already doing that, or you're gonna sing. Which one y'all wanna do? Okay, good. See, that's the easy way to do it. Because if I just say, can you sing? Y'all be like, no. See, I got you. Okay, so you're gonna repeat after me. Bonsela. Bonsela. Bonsela baladira. That means everybody, we're coming together to celebrate. Are we ready? Bonsela, 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 baladira. Bonsela, 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 baladira. Bonsela, bonsela, baladira. Bonsela, 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 baladira. Bonsela, bonsela, baladira.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry, I got to touch the microphone. Good afternoon. My name is Kenyon Callahan. I teach political science here at Chaffey College.
And my name is Amanda Moore. I teach English here at Chaffey College as well.
So what we're doing here right now is we're going to give a little background of the choir. Amanda's going to start with hers because hers is about the founders of the group.
In September 2015, the founder and executive director, Pastor Sharon Takaha, Director Ben Goodman, and songstress Jackie Dylas, along with voices from 5 different churches in the Inland Empire, stepped out of the walls of churches and formed the group called the Blended Sounds of Joy. As a community choir, the vision was not just to express their God-given talents in song, but to lift up the name of Jesus by ministering and supporting organizations such as rest homes, community events, and conferences with contemporary gospel flair.
In faith, the founder, executive director Sharon, Ben, and Jackie, along with the voices from 5 different churches in the Inland Empire, we're going to keep saying that, stepped out of the walls of churches and formed a group called the Blended Sounds of Joy. God has breath on this ministry, partly because the vision was not just to express their God-given talents in song, but to lift up the name of Jesus to organizations such as rest homes, community events, and conferences. To name a few, this group was formed in September 2015, and looking forward to the great works the Lord has in store for them through music with contemporary gospel flair. Blended Sounds of Joy is anointed with the purpose to do God's will, embracing every ministry opportunity that God ordains. They endeavor to represent God in excellence whenever and wherever they serve in ministry. Thank you.
you for blessing our campus. Thank you for blessing our students, our families. Now we have another blessing. Dr. Daniel E. Walker, a proud product of Head Start. He's the author of the critically acclaimed book, No More, No More, Slavery and Cultural Resistance in Havana and New Orleans. Dr. Walker is the writer, director of the documentary films When Roosters Crow, Soul Brothers, The 10, and Let's Have Church. He is also the executive producer of the forthcoming 10-part television documentary, Gospel, co-produced with KCET Link and the University of Southern California. He holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from San Diego State, an MA with distinction in Latin American history from UCR, and a PhD in Latin and African American history. He is one of the most resourceful people I know. You can ask him anything, and he can tell you where you can find it. He's a history professor at El Camino, and he is truly an artist in his own right. Dr. Walker.
Woo, all right, all right. Ooh, stuff around here. Wait, where's the young lady who was on the mic just a second ago introducing the pieces for African Soul? Is she still here? What's her name? Can she come back out here? Can she? Where's she at? No, I just wanted to congratulate. So, she's coming. She's coming. Sometimes you gotta like win it, and then the brother who's directing the choir. Where's the brother who's directing the choir? Where is he? Come on, back up. But, all right. Come on, right here. Everybody. Oh, okay, all right, I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry, you guys, but you know, sometimes your spirit is like boxed up, and you need something to kind of like release it. Well, I'm gonna tell you that. So coming in here today, my spirit was boxed up. It's just kind of just boxed up, and from the African. Here she comes. Come on. Something, right? And we can sometimes get so caught up in the ways in which we understand things to be, the way in which they're supposed to be, and the way in which kind of like order is supposed to happen. And then in a good book, they talk about the difference between the letter and the spirit. And they say sometimes that the letter killeth, but through the spirit, it lives. And between those African drummers coming in and those young folk in here getting down, come on, give it up for them. And then hearing these words of praise, because we all know that if it were not for a God, whether you call him Allah or Ra, or whether you call him Jehovah, but we know that there was a spiritual power that has allowed these people of color that we call black folk to be able to come through, to even have something to look back to. So I am pleased, honored, and overjoyed to be here today at Chaffey College. I am a product of the Inland Empire. I grew up in Fontana, which is right there. And to the president of this great university, President Shannon, I know you talked about that maybe 50 years ago, people like us couldn't have been here, but I have to beg to differ, because my mama was here 50 years ago, working her thing out, okay? And we'll get a little bit into that. But I just want to say thank you to the Board of Trustees here and to everybody in the house. Give yourselves a hand. I know that young people, community colleges are beautiful things. I always tell people that I love teaching at community college because everybody from the community is in the college, all right? You know, community college is different, right? Community college is the only place where, as a professor, you can meet somebody at church or on the street or at the park and be talking to them about changing their life. And you can say to them, just go up here to the college and talk to somebody in the admissions office, and literally, within days, they can be on a course to change their life. You can't do that at the University of Southern California. You can't do that at the University of Michigan. You can't just connect and then connect in that way. And so we are here today to celebrate the 2017 graduates here. Give it up. Love graduations, and it's always interesting to me when someone calls me to speak because the crazy thing is themes of programs. I'm sorry. But you know, Lucy, I'm telling you, she read a lot of things and these doctor this and doctor that. But you understand how we flow with this thing. But themes of programs are always interesting to me because sometimes they give you a theme, and the theme is a dissertation in and of itself. You know, 1 million people all on a committee trying to throw their ideas in, and they give you too much to deal with, not enough, too much to deal with. But today, looking back to move forward, it's cool. I can work with that, all right? Yeah, I can work with that. And Sankofa, I can work with that too, because I have a very interesting kind of connection to the concept of Sankofa. So a few years ago, I'm going to say a few, gosh, I'm getting old, but it was like 1991. You know, when you get older, you just be saying things like a few years ago, and everybody looks at you like, that was not a few years ago, right? That was not a few years ago, right? But way back before time, I lived in New York City, and I was in New York City as part of a program called the New York City Urban Fellows Program. And it was an opportunity where they took, in essence, 40 of what they considered to be the best and the brightest college graduates, and they brought them to the city of New York to try to encourage them to be into public service. In essence, they would say that these same people would generally want to go into private industry or something like that, but wouldn't want to, in essence, serve working for a city or something like that. And in this case, the city of New York, you guys may know, is like the county plus the city plus half of the state all rolled into one. I mean, they run hospitals, they run colleges, they run all kinds of different things. And you were given the opportunity to be kind of a higher level manager straight out of college in one city agency. And I got the chance to work in the New York City Economic Development Corporation, but it's not really about that story. My homegirl, whose name was Natalie Weathers, got a chance to work in this thing called the Borough of Manhattan President's Office. And Natalie was from Vassar College, and she was an anthropology major, and she was kind of like, this program is cool, but I really don't have anything for me. You know, people want to be into politics, economics, health, all the rest of stuff. But for an anthropology person, what does the city have to offer? At the same time, the federal government was beginning to build an office building in downtown Manhattan. And an interesting thing happened as the federal government was trying to build this building. They started digging, and they found some bones. Started digging, and they found some bones. And they found one or two bones, and then they started finding some more bones. You guys know there used to be a song with gospel hip bone connected to Malay Morale, right? This valley of dry bones, right? So they were digging. They kept finding bones, and then some African American historical society started saying, "Wait a minute, stop with the digging. Let's take some time to figure out whose bones those are." And they kept bringing in new people, and Natalie started coming every time we meet on Wednesdays. She'd say, man, there's more going on with this about, these bones. And they ended up, long story short, realizing that this was an African burial ground. And realizing that there were over 400 bodies of this coffin. And he was the only one of the other 400 whose coffin was so adorned, but people started getting deeper into this Akan or Ashanti symbol called Sankofa, because it started to be real for folk. What is this? And is there a tie? And in some places, people define Sankofa as a few concepts that people have thought about. One is, people say it is, the concept that comes along with it is in the endeavor. It would have said to me that I would have had to think back to slavery and slave ships